And we're joined now by Dr. Charlotte Evans, who was involved in the report at the University of Leeds, and also Nigel Denby, who's a dietitian. Charlotte, let's talk about a little bit about what you found. And it seems extraordinary that just sitting down as a family once or twice a week, from what you found, can make quite a big difference to what fruit and veg we eat.
Yes, this is a large study of about 2,500 children in London, aged 7 to 10 years old. And what we found was that eating together as a family, cutting up fruit and vegetables, and also children seeing their parents eating fruit and vegetables really helped their fruit and vegetable intake. So it's great news.
What happens if you put one of the children who is not used to eating at a table for a meal? Do you think it's a mindset that changes, or you said it's more about association of what happens normally in that household?
Oh, definitely. I don't think parents should worry if the children aren't eating very much to start off with, because there are lots of stages, and the first stage is seeing other people eating fruit and vegetables and seeing it as a normal eating behaviour, and then gradually children do get used to eating more vegetables, so I don't think parents need to worry.
And what was interesting from watching that family was, she said, didn't she, that it's sort of a habit being passed. The way you eat is a habit being passed down from one generation to another. And she's obviously eats really healthy food. Is it kind of habitual, and are we getting worse at it?
Certainly, yeah, habits are learned, and that's the thing to remember. A child is really a blank canvas. They don't start out liking one food over another, and by seeing the rest of the family enjoying a whole variety of food, including fruit and veg, then most children will go on to develop a varied diet and a healthy diet as well. The problem is, of course, with a busy lifestyle, time can always seem so precious, and it can seem easier in the short term to quickly throw together some chicken nuggets and chips perhaps, and put the child down in front of the TV and have a quiet, hassle-free meal. In the long term, you're really making a rod for your own back, I think.
I seem to remember a report not so long ago from America which said that a lot of children had never used a knife. That it's just a fork into something soft that's in the plate, and I guess that's part of the picture, isn't it? That eating is a slightly involved process, but not a bad thing for that.
Yes, you have to eat with other people to learn how to eat. It's very important. And if you do eat a lot of snack foods and foods that only need a fork, yes, you're not going. You can only learn by actually doing it every day.
I think also for parents, they don't need to necessarily worry if they can't cook like a master chef. This can just be as simple as chopping up some carrots, some cucumbers, some cherry tomatoes, and having those with a pizza, if that's where you're going to start from. So don't worry if you're not the best cook in the world.
We've had lots of tweets and emails, all the rest of it. This from Lisa. And can you explain this for us? My twin daughters were fed out of the same bowl as babies. Can the dietitian explain why one likes vegetables, the other doesn't?
Well, obviously, we are all individuals. I think the thing I would do there is certainly don't make it a big deal. You'll probably find that the one who's not so keen on the veg eats a bit of fruit here and there, eats a bit of salad, will maybe have a smoothie. It's maybe just trying it in slightly different ways. The issue is that, yes, we are all individuals, but if we make a big deal about what children are not eating, the likelihood is the battle will continue. The thing is, relax, put all the food out there, and eventually they will have a go.
Some of it's a bit generational, I think, because there was a time when you kind of didn't have so much choice. I mean, you were sort of given what you had, and that was it.
Yeah.
And there's so many things going on now. Children get involved in so many different activities, and there are computer games, and it is very difficult for modern families, but what our report shows that it is worth making those efforts and persevering and getting everyone down to eat together.
It makes a difference to be properly hungry by the time you sit down, and you need to be active to do that, and not just snack and graze through the day.
I'm probably hungry right now. Sorry.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And Adam on Twitter, with regard to your point, says, I wasn't allowed to leave the table until I cleared my plate. The dog under the table was always well fed. And they wondered why.
Thank you very much. 8:43 is the time now.
Let's catch up.